Morning Show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Happy last day of summer.
Yeah.
Today, summer ends and summer weather ends as well. Right now, it's 69 degrees. High today of 85, maybe a shower here and there as the cold front comes down. And this weekend, we'll have overnight lows in the 40s.
Really? Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We had a hailstorm at our house last night around 10 o'clock.
really?
Did you guys? Brandon said that he didn't get hail where he lived. It was nuts. Probably 10, 15 golf ball size hail.
Collect any of that?
We were hiding in the house. No, I didn't. But it was loud. So I'm sure some people south of.
Damage your cars?
Not that my car was in the garage,
Oh.
and that's the only one I'm concerned with. So, no, I'll tell you. Last night though, Ella's math homework. I haven't been able to do it since she was in like first grade,
Right.
but she's in sixth grade now. And this math homework last night that Mrs. Hurd sent home. I mean, you would think that you'd have to be from Harvard to solve this. It's crazy.
Why are you doing her homework?
I'm not,
Oh.
but I was just thinking if Stephanie was not there last night, Ella would have just came into school with a blank piece of paper because I don't even know how to look at it with a straight face. So kudos to all these kids doing all this math homework. Your parents don't know how to do it.
Well, they've changed the way they teach math.
That's true, and that's
Yeah.
also why I don't understand it. So it's
In-
very difficult.
In Great Britain, they call it maths.
Maths?
Maths.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we had maths last night.
Maths. Today, the last day of summer, it's the Grass Lake Farmers Market, and the entertainment tonight at the Farmers Market is Grass Lake's Got Talent. Does Grass Lake Got Talent?
I think they do.
Proven last night on NBC's The Voice, Grass Lake's Braden Lape made it in the blind rounds. He was selected. One chair turned around. Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, and it was just right before the song ended. Blake picked him. It was cool. It'd be good to be this kid. Are we gonna watch it?
Let's take a look.
Let's do it. Yeah, it was very cool. He certainly looks the part, right? You believe he's only 15?
Well, I think he's 16 now.
Well, either way, it's probably good to be him in Grass Lake. I would think. Good to be him.
Biggest celebrity in Grass Lake right now.
That's right. Josh Brigette, move over. You are second. So congratulations and continued success. Can't
Yeah.
wait to see what happens next.
Blake said that he's most excited about Braden because he invited him to the blind auditions because he had heard about him and
Oh,
seen him.
very
And he's
nice.
performed. He's been at Country Boots and Bands concerts.
Cool.
The other Michigan contestant last night, Sadie Bass, also has been in Jackson. She performed at the Buffalo Wild Wings outdoor concert this summer and
Very cool.
Michigan Theater. Yeah, so
There's some talent.
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's and that's tough to do. Go up there and perform in front of people like that. Crazy. Bright Walls is over, but they have a lot of supplies they're still looking to get rid of. And
really?
if you're an artist, they are going to have a huge paint sale, and that will be on Saturday, 10 to 4 at the Masonic Temple. That's this Saturday. And they have full cans, partial cans, 1 gallon, 5 gallon, along with miscellaneous art supplies. So if you were inspired by Bright Walls and want to paint your house, you could try it. Or
Especially in yellow. They have a lot of yellow.
a lot of yellow, yes, a lot of yellow, but significant savings. Those 5 gallon buckets are retail $220. They'll sell them to you for $50.
Wow. Well, if that doesn't tell you that the finale was the finale, that does.
Yeah.
Because past years they'd hold supplies over to the next year.
Yeah, but there's plenty of artists out there who will probably scoop up that paint.
Each week the state releases the COVID numbers. Here's a little bit of good news. Cases fell about 11% over the last week. Deaths have dropped quite a bit, and hospitalizations remain about the same. So while the president, he declared the pandemic was over.
At the auto show?
No, at the White House.
Oh, yeah.
But the pandemic is not over. Actually, people are still dying.
Who is the president?
Joe Biden.
Oh, thank you.
yeah, it's apparently as a pandemic, it's over, but we still have COVID.
Yes.
COVID is
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
still with
yeah.
us.
I think people. Yeah, it's. It doesn't seem like Joe Biden was prepared for the questions he was asked, which, that seems to be the case. So.
Mhm. We've got, I know you've done this before. You've poured a bowl of cereal, gone to the refrigerator, and find there's no milk.
I have.
Yes. Have you ever actually put water on cereal?
I did.
Yeah.
I try, and you have one bite and instantly get mad.
Well, Kellogg's has come out with new Instabowls, and I was going to say this for real or not, but it's real. It's now, and I don't know why someone didn't think of this before now, but it's revolutionary according to Kellogg's. Just add cold water, give the bowl a stir, and you get milk instantly. It's powdered milk in
Perfect.
the bowl. So I wonder how it tastes.
I'm sure it tastes delicious.
Available now. It's not rolled out nationally
These
yet.
and these are your hotel lobby cereals,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Frosted Flakes, Apple Jacks, Raisin Bran. Wow.
We're going to have to try one.
Yeah, we should try one. That'd be great. Have you heard about the new TikTok challenge?
I have. It's it's alarming.
It is alarming.
Yeah.
So the new challenge is cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
No.
So you bake chicken in NyQuil, and boiling the medication makes it more concentrated and is dangerous, of course, to eat. But even as dangerous to even breathe in the vapors while cooking. And what is wrong with our world? This reminds me of the Tide Pod, where people were just eating the Tide Pods.
Oh yeah. Don't do that either.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks disgusting. It's gross.
Well, and you can probably overdose. So,
On
jeez, what is going on?
Food Circus this summer, Jennifer Scanlon made chicken thighs that she marinated in root beer, and that's what your mom made for dinner last night.
How was it,
It was fine.
Brandon? How was the Scanlon chicken?
It was good.
It was good.
It is very good.
It was
It
fine.
was fine. It's fine, thank you.
Well, you know what? It's chicken thighs. I'm not a chicken thigh person.
Yeah.
But it was fine. No, it was fine. It was fine.
Could you taste the root beer?
No,
Interesting.
could barely taste the chicken.
One of my favorite hardware stores in the nation is Hammond Hardware, and one of their longtime employees is retiring.
No.
Lee Tingley.
Lee?
Yesterday and today are his last 2 days. And Lee has been at Hammond Hardware for a long time. And today's his last day, so stop by for some popcorn or cookies. Lee, congratulations on your
Wow.
retirement. I know you saw him thousands of times
Yeah.
while shopping at Hammond Hardware. So congratulations to Lee on his retirement. One of the good guys.
He's an awesome guy. He's very
Yeah.
helpful. As soon as you walk in, he's there, wants to help. And
No one can make a key better than Lee.
He's
I
a
do know that.
Lee the Key is his nickname.
No, but great, just a great man, great member of our community. So enjoy your retirement.
How about those Yankees? Did you see what happened last night?
No, I didn't.
Aaron Judge hit home run number 60.
Wow.
Yes. So that is on the brink of matching Roger Maris's American League home run record with his 60th shot of the season, and the Yankees won. How about that, 9-8?
That's great.
Tigers.
How about that? How about that? Aaron Judge, does he also lead the league in strikeouts, Brandon?
No, he's hit so many home runs. I don't know how he can strike out.
Mm-hmm.
He might though, yes.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Here's good news.
Wow. Did you hear that? Aaron Judge has more home runs than the Tigers.
The whole team?
Yeah. Is that real?
Wow.
Wow, that might be the stat of the morning. Wow. That's sickening.
Well, here's some good news. There are 5 teams worse than the Lions so far this year.
The Lions?
Tigers.
Yes, the Lions. 5 teams worse than the Lions.
Well, they're 1-1.
We've got 0-2, 5 teams 0-2.
Really? Well, good.
And the Lions are 1-1.
That's
So
great. That's
that is
very,
good.
very exciting. In high school sports news, the Big 8 conference is getting another team.
Huh.
Yeah, with ties to you, Vermont. Vermontville, Maple Valley. I don't even know if it's Vermontville anymore.
It is.
Okay.
Well, it's Vermontville, Maple
Okay,
Valley.
so next year, the Maple Valley Lions will join the Big 8.
So there'll be 9 teams.
No, because who's gone now? Noah? Homer's gone.
No, where's Homer going?
Cascades Conference.
Cascades.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on. So, so the
Conference.
Big 8 picks up Maple Valley, which is about 41 miles from our location right now.
Merriam-Webster has announced they've added some new words to the dictionary, trying to keep up with the times. Shrinkflation,
Really?
new word in the Merriam-Webster. Adorkable,
Really?
combination of adorable and dork.
Really? I've never heard that before.
Have you ever heard that people describe you as adorkable, Brandon?
Occasionally.
Subvariant,
Oh, we've heard that many times.
pandemic,
Yeah.
pumpkin spice.
What?
Yeah. It's so pervasive, it's now in the dictionary.
I've never even had it.
ICYMI. ICYMI.
In
is
case
the
you missed
dictionary,
it.
In case you missed it.
Okay, that's an
And-
acronym. I'm not sure why that would be in a dictionary.
Yeet.
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 Y-E-E-T?
Y-E-T. It's a young person's exclamation.
Yeet.
And MacGyver as a verb. When you MacGyver something.
Brandon, has your son ever came home and like, I don't know, thrown something in the garbage can and said yeet?
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeet.
That's not like one of those words I try and teach my nephew so he gets in trouble at school. So that's just absolutely insane. I have some scores from Extreme Dodge, our Extreme Dodge scoreboard, brought to you by, of course, our good friends over at Extreme Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And of course, there's some construction going on over there, so you got to kind of go 94 double back. The whole thing's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. It's amazing. Have you taken that exit to get off onto Seymour Road?
I won't bother.
It's quite nice. Volleyball scores. Chelsea, they beat Jackson 3-0. Jackson Christian 1, Napoleon 1, Concord 3-1 over Quincy. Grass Lake and Jonesville swept their opponents. Columbia over Dundee and Manchester over Hanover. We also had some boys and girls cross country last night, along with some soccer. Coldwater, wow, 7-0 over the Titans.
They're playing football this weekend.
Those two? Well, hopefully Lumen will get them back. But 7-0 for Coldwater with that win, and then tennis. Western continues to roll 8-0. And then coming up on deck tonight, Yeet. Did you look up what that means?
It's just in the dictionary.
Just look it up and then we'll get back to that. There's volleyball tonight. Lumen Christi at Coldwater, Western at Northwest. I would expect some highlights from that one on jtv.tv. And Bill Carlton at Jackson Prep. Soccer in town at Michigan Center and Jackson and Northwest. And Western will host tennis, and that's on deck. Thanks to Extreme Dodge for helping us bring you the scores and schedules daily on JTV.
Chili Cook-Off is back for a second straight year in downtown Jackson. After years and years of being in the winter and indoors, it has moved outdoors, and it is huge this year. All day long, Saturday, October 1st, live music, including Your Generation in Concert. Chili contest, JTV will be competing in that.
Yeah, I'm looking for cooks if anyone's watching.
You've heard of a beer tent? Well, now there's a beer lot. Kids activities, petting zoo, free movie, vendors, and of course, chili, and much more. So we'll look forward to seeing you at the K105.3 Fall Fest and Chili Classic, Saturday in downtown Jackson.
And this is another one of those things that I need to get a team for and set up, and I haven't done nothing yet for that. So I am hoping to, but it should be a great event. Today's show is also brought to you by The Jewelry Shop, and they carry a wide selection of bridal sets and fine jewelry, and they do all their repairs on site at their location, and they're open 10 to 5:30, located on the corner of Franklin and West Avenue. And of course, that is all open and drivable at this point, so stop by and see The Jewelry Shop.
Who's on the show today?
Today we have a great show. We have our mayor who will join us right after this break.
You can see it in our smile. Service that is second to none. The kind of personal treatment you would expect from your own family. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy has been taking care of the Jackson community for nearly 60 years. Whether it's your prescriptions, medical supplies, hearing aids, or over-the-counter products, you're treated like one of our own. Because at Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, your health and well-being, it's a family thing. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
My voice.
My passion.
My path.
My career.
Concord Community Schools. Our students shatter expectations.
Ogma Brewing Company is the new downtown chill spot with thoughtful beer and killer food. Ogma Brewing Company in downtown Jackson.
It all started when one customer came in and talked to one banker. From that moment on, County National Bank has been known for helping our customers and our community. Thousands of people have received mortgages that put them in new homes. Millions of dollars have been invested in our communities. Billions are managed for our customers' futures. But it always comes back to one relationship with one customer. Ensure the focus is on you. Bank on one with County National Bank.
It's that time of the year again. Do you have a student in need of a physical? Whether it is for your student athlete to be ready for action or your student to be ready for school, now is the perfect time to make sure their health needs are up to date. The Center for Family Health offers physicals for all children and teens. Let us make it easy to get your student's annual physical off your checklist. Call 517-748-5500 to schedule your appointment today. The Center for Family Health has been opening the door to health.
Welcome back. We've got a big run this weekend. Oktoberfest is happening Saturday, the 24th, and it's part of the ORS series Run and Walk. 10K, 5K, run, 5K walk, and there's a kids run. And it is all happening on Saturday, September 24th. To register, visit orsraceseries.com. And then, of course, the kids' superhero run. I was at that last year. It's awesome. The kids get a great finishing bag. There's tons of goodies. Everyone will even get a JTV water bottle sticker in that goodie bag. So that's this weekend for Oktoberfest.
Joining us now is the mayor of the city of Jackson, Daniel Mahoney.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good. It's an exciting time to be the mayor of our fine city.
It is. I feel really honored and lucky to be present at this time right now.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, like Bright Walls, for example, that was one for me where you saw Friday, the town packed in the middle of a work day. It was pretty cool. It was just cool to kind of take all that in, and I know you got a chance to be around a little bit at Bright Walls. What were your thoughts?
Just a beautiful, beautiful job that they did. I mean, every single year that Bright Walls has gone on seems to have gotten better and better every single year. And you know, it's bittersweet because they're saying this is their last year. So hopefully something changes and they change their mind or they do something else, because I just feel like they've done a phenomenal job with bringing a bright spot literally to our city, several bright spots to our city, and just giving people a reason. I mean, I talk to a lot of people from around the state, and that's one of the things that they always bring up. Man, when is Bright Walls going on? Or I come to Bright Walls Walls every year, and
Yeah.
that people just love it. I mean, people love the artwork, the sense of community that it brings, and how it brings people together. And this was just a phenomenal addition to our community.
Yeah, every day I see people who don't work downtown that I don't normally see, that are on their lunch break or just taking the day off early and looking at the stuff. So it's awesome.
It really is.
And then the next weekend, we had a big festival, and I think surprising, even the organizers with the large turnout, the first annual Hispanic Heritage Festival, which you presided over.
Yeah, well, I didn't preside over it. I was definitely present and lended whatever help I could to the committee who put it together, and shout out to the whole team of people who worked to make the Hispanic Heritage Festival what it was. It was a phenomenal event. It was beautiful. It was nice to stand up with my sister in service, Angelita Gunn, Councilwoman Angelita Gunn, and present a proclamation. I thought it was very important that we present that proclamation both in English and in Spanish, and knew she would be there, so I leaned on her to do the Spanish part, because I felt like I would probably struggle with that.
But you actually practiced doing it ahead of time.
I did. I practiced the English part, because after reading the Spanish part, I said, you know what? I better consult someone who's more familiar with this than me. But it really was great. It was great to see families come out. Great to see Jackson have another staple in our community that celebrates diversity, cultural diversity, and just letting people know that we are a all-inclusive and welcoming community that celebrates all walks of lives, and all the different vendors and the delicious food. And listen, I saw my kindergarten teacher was there, and I just always love running into Mrs. V. She's just such a wonderful memory for me that I had. I went to school at Cascades, and remembered her ever since. I mean, that's a long time for you to remember a person. And every time I run into her, I'm like, Miss V, do you remember me? And she's like, yeah, of course I remember you. Your smiling face. And she just, that really added to it, and being able to see all of my friends and all the families out enjoying the day.
Yeah.
Just beautiful when our community comes together like that.
We talk about being an inclusive and diverse community, and I think the actions have spoken louder than the words the last few months.
I agree. I mean, and of course, we still got a lot of work left to do, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like everything is perfect, of course, but I think events like that, events that bring our entire community together, shows the progress that we are making. So I really enjoyed it.
I also saw you at some of the Southside Summerfest series events. Each month, all summer long, different theme for Summerfest, and that's been a great event.
Yeah, Hakeem and Selena and the whole team of people who put together the Southside Summerfest do a phenomenal job, and it has been another great addition to the community. I mean, on one of those weekends there was the Hot Air Balloon Jubilee, and there was something else going on. Oh, Gutsmacker was going on, and it was great because you got all these options of places that you can go in the community, and one being the South Side, and just another reason to visit a different part of town, and supporting the different vendors that were coming out, and just giving people that opportunity to to spark their entrepreneurial spirit, and giving them a place to do business, and celebrating at such a historic place at Mormon Park right there at that corner is just a phenomenal thing to see, and continue to see that festival grow down that MLK Equality Trail is another beautiful part of our community. I mean, we just got so many great festivals going on and events that happen in Jackson that family are able to come out to. It's just a wonderful time right now.
Orange barrel season is kind of coming to an end. It's nice to see Greenwood open. That looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Of course, West Ave has opened back up recently, and but this is beautiful. Now, 4th will be closed coming up as they redo that side, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually they're going to AT&T is going to dig up a manhole at 4th and Griswold, so they're closing southbound 4th Street at Griswold starting Monday.
You know, Daniel, I thought when this road opened up that people would drive faster down this street, but they don't. They drive slower. And this is a very busy walkable neighborhood.
It is. It's I mean, it's just nice anytime we can see a street get redone that we know needed some work done to it. And I think that between the city manager and council and the Public Works Department and all of our desire to make sure that we are fixing our roads, this is a perfect example of that. And I think that it was an important street for us to get done, and definitely brings another highlight to the community, all of these crossways and walkways that we've been working on. And you know, it's a bittersweet time of year again when the construction ends and we start looking forward to the seasons changing. But I think we're doing good work. You know, we're doing good work, doing as much as we can.
I'm excited because that's my route. You know, that's the way I come in to and from work. And then when I drop my daughter off at school, I used to come down Franklin. Well, now I'm back coming down Franklin again. So all is well in the morning for me.
I guess I'm lucky. Most of the streets I drive on are in great shape or brand new. So I maybe don't see some of what needs to be done yet, but obviously there are.
It's looking good.
Overall, the city's looking great. Dan Phelan mentioned to me at the Hispanic Festival, he said once 94 is done, it just makes Jackson, straight from the highway into the city, a real show place.
It does. I mean, it's an exciting time to be involved in the work that we have going on right now. It really is. And shout out to President Phelan and the innovative work that he's doing out at the college. I'm proud to be a part of the Jackson College family. And some of the things that I've been able to talk to with Kelly Crum and some of the projects that I've been involved with, for them, they're another bright spot in the community. And he's right. Once that 94 corridor gets completed and that road work gets done, I mean, again, Jackson 10 years ago is not the same Jackson today. And I think that we're showing that. I think the work that we're doing and the road work that's being done and all of the different improvements that are happening around the community are showing the growth in Jackson all the way around. And I've been predicting it for some years, Bart. Jackson is the next metropolis of Michigan. This is the pass-through point for almost every area of the state. If you're coming from out of state, you got to go through Jackson. I get a lot of friends from out of town saying, man, I was at one of the stops in Jackson. I should have called you. I was right in town. I stopped and I got something to eat, or, whatever it may be. And hopefully we can start getting people to stay a little longer. But it's a beautiful time right now.
If you were to group Jackson, Blackman, and Summit into one, which, for a lot of people it's Jackson, we're the 8th largest city in the state.
That's right. That's right.
It's awesome.
Our mayor, Daniel Mahoney, with us. More with the mayor after these messages.
Local Echo and Toro authorized dealer. New or used, we have it at Howe. Visit our showroom or check out our inventory online. Mowers, ATVs, side-by-sides, and more. Quality used equipment ready for you. And Howe's parts and service departments are ready to help you. Tool or toy, we have it. Howe Equipment in Jackson. Come see us today, we'll make you a deal.
Minuteman Sewer and Drains, because no matter when it is, as always, Minuteman Sewer and Drain is there with same-day service 24/7, 365. Minuteman Sewer and Drain will be there on that day when you need them. MinutemanSewer.com.
Collins Brothers floor covering, because new carpet is like
Today's show is brought to you by Vermeulen's Furniture. They have their after Labor Day sale going on now. You can save up to 40%. They have great selection in their showroom, locally owned and operated for 3 generations, thanks to Vermeulen's.
Big night Friday night, the final cruise-in of the season in downtown Jackson. Hundreds of cars, classics, antiques, even bikes, and a big concert. It's Big Al and Code Blue, Larry Summers Jr. on the True Community City Square stage. He is awesome. He and his band are awesome. You'll want to be here for that. 6 till 8, the music, the cruise-in from about 5 till 9, food trucks, entertainment, and much more. Cruise-in, Friday, downtown. Our mayor, Daniel Mahoney, is with us, and that's another big, great event of the summer here in Jackson.
It is. I mean, you mentioned some of my favorite things, cool cars, cool bikes, and Big L and the crew, man. That's my guy right there.
Now, you don't still sing, do you?
No.
Do they ever call you up? Does anyone ever call you up to try?
They better not, because I will politely and respectfully decline. Music is still a passion of mine. Like I said, Larry, he's a close friend of mine, and I tell him all the time, man, you are one of the most musically talented people I've ever met.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays multiple instruments. He's got a beautiful voice. He's got a great musical mind, and can help put other people together. It's just great to see a young person with so much talent in our community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
he's going to be a big star.
No doubt.
I believe
he's a big star.
He is a big star here already.
Right. That's right.
We've got, with housing, I know that's one of the issues that the council is always looking at.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in need of more housing. There's some potential. We've got, I think, Greenwood Place. That sounds like it's moving forward.
That project's moving forward. Blackstone, that project is moving forward. Hayes Hotel project is all on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
We still have the Allen School project that is taking off. That project seems like it's on the right track. And then we still have the dollars that was allocated for affordable housing that'll go for some of that transitional housing that we need. But council kind of saw fit for us to pause and take a couple of weeks before investing in the next redevelopment, not redevelopment, but reconstruction of a house that was on the books for us to make a decision on, because we really want to take a step back and make sure that we are looking at the data that we're going to receive from the Affordable Housing Commission. They're doing a study right now on what type of housing do we actually need. And I think that it's important for us to include some of these new developments into that, into the results of that study that's being done, because that's going to add a whole lot of opportunity for additional housing once those become available. But it's going to be, I think we got a pretty good game plan. I do want to see some more infill housing happening. We took down a lot of houses. We still have, I believe, somewhere around 600 empty lots that could use a home on top of them. So still a lot of work to do in that area. There's still a large need. We still have quite a few people who are out there homeless, who are looking for housing. And it's still a need that we are looking to solve for.
Hydrant flushing is happening, and that's my favorite time of year.
Sign of fall.
It is a sign of fall.
It is definitely a sign of fall.
It's happening, and it's going to start on Monday. So that should be great. Watch out for that. And again, don't drive through and splash those puddles.
Starting Monday.
There's the new jail is going to be on the millage. I didn't really prep you, but I wanted to get your thoughts early on that.
Well, being a former county commissioner, I'm familiar with the needs, and as well as having recently spoken to the sheriff. That is a millage that I'll be personally supporting for sure, because I think it's necessary. If you see the conditions that the current facility is in, then you'd understand why the ask is there. I mean, in under normal conditions, people are like, well, why spend more money on building a new jail? But when you see the conditions that this particular facility is in, and you understand that unfortunately, we do have to have a facility. We also have to invest in infrastructure. I think it's the right time for it. So
yeah, and it's also it's not just housing folks that are in jail or awaiting trial. There's also people working in that building. That's there's some safety issues as well. So again, more to come on that.
You toured it, didn't you?
I did tour it. Yeah, I went on one of the first tours with Gary Schutte, and I was shocked. Absolutely shocked on some of the things. For sure. So if anyone has an opportunity to attend one of those community tours, I highly encourage you to do that, because it's very eye-opening.
It is, and I think he tells the story very well about here's the reason why.
Yeah.
Absolutely something I'm in support of.
We appreciate all the updates. Thanks for coming in today.
No problem. I appreciate you guys for having me, and always look forward to seeing you guys. So appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yep.
This honor, the mayor, Daniel Mahoney. Stay tuned. Prosecutor Jared Jarzenka joins us after these words.
Inviting you to be a part of the East Jackson family. At East Jackson, we're leading the way in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We offer one of the area's best robotics teams, as well as a diverse array of arts and music programs. At the high school level, we're excited to launch the Jackson County Early College. New classroom technology helps our curriculum come alive, and our staff ensures a safe and welcoming environment for your child. Great things are happening at East Jackson Community Schools. To learn more, visit our website, eastjacksonschools.org.
Do you want to make a lasting, positive impact in Jackson County? A fund at the Jackson Community Foundation creates a legacy in your name or in memory of a loved one to support the causes most important to you. Go to www.jacksoncf.org today and start your legacy.
It's that time of the year again. Do you have a student in need of a physical? Whether it is for your student athlete to be ready for action or your student to be ready for school, now is the perfect time to make sure their health needs are up to date. The Center for Family Health offers physicals for all children and teens. Let us make it easy to get your student's annual physical off your checklist. Call 517-748-5500 to schedule your appointment today. The Center for Family Health has been opening the door to healthcare for all in Jackson County for more than 30 years.
You need a plumber? From leak repairs to new construction. Grimes Plumbing Company, licensed and insured, proudly serves the Jackson area with fast, reliable service. No hot water, drains clogged? Call Grimes Plumbing today, proudly serving Jackson County.
Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping has been proudly serving the southern Michigan area since 1986. With thoughtful design and quality craftsmanship, our experienced experts can bring any idea to life. Stop into our brand new location and garden center today. From a total redesign to just a few plants to spruce up your outdoor living space, we have everything you'll need.
Our show today is brought to you by Homesteady of Greater Jackson, and they take care of all of your home maintenance needs, from replacing a window, replacing a screen, changing a light bulb, to changing a doorknob. Give Homesteady a call today.
Next on the show is Jackson County Prosecuting Attorney Jared Jarzenka. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning. How are both of you today?
Good, thanks.
Good.
How are
Thanks
you?
for being here.
Great. Yeah, thanks for the invite. I appreciate that.
Just this past weekend, you were part of the annual Victims' Rights Memorial. We actually have a physical tribute to those families who have lost someone due to violence in Jackson County.
Yes, we had this past Saturday at the Cascades Park, towards the eastern part of the park. Great turnout. We had over 100 people show up. Actually, we had homicide victim Clayton Orange, his sister and her husband actually drove from Saginaw just to attend the event.
Wow.
So you can tell just by that example alone how that type of memorial and that service has impacted families. It has really helped them out. Not only to honor their family members, their loved ones, but I think also it kind of creates an environment where they feel that their loved ones being remembered, not only honored. And it's a place you can come to not just that one day of the year, but throughout the year. And hats off to the rec department for the county, Kyle Lewis. I mean, they just finished putting some concrete or cement in that area and some other landscaping. So it was a beautiful setting on Saturday. It's the best I've seen it, you know. And I really have to step back a little bit and credit someone, Larry Mentek, who really was a driving force for this whole memorial that got created at the Cascades. You know, his story was, you know, Larry passed away at the end of last year, but his son James was murdered during a robbery in 1989 at a Buddy Minis Mart in town, and the robber shot his son 6 times. You know, it wasn't necessary, and they didn't want to leave a witness. So out of that horrible tragedy, Larry gathered other people together and raised funds and built a monument in 2005 at the base of the Cascade Falls. And it was there for a number of years until about 2017. It moved to its current location, along with the one of the steel girders to the 911, the Twin Towers building, in its current spot. So, you know, because of his efforts, it's really impacted a lot of families and victims that have this memorial and this actual service. So we missed him this year, and certainly pointed out, I mean, his great contribution to this whole thing. It, you know, probably wouldn't have happened had he not stepped forward and got involved like that.
Yeah, thinking about the victims, of course, going beyond the headlines, right? And you know, there are folks, you talked about a 40-year, right, you know, a 30-year thing. I mean, we have people living with us that are victims, or their families been victims of crimes, and it's important that the community understands what they're going through.
Right, and you know, I also want to thank Sue Vogt. She's our victims' rights coordinator in our office, and her whole staff, who basically organized and put on the event, and went very smoothly. We also had some generous donations from Big B Coffee, the Wisner Street location, again for the 5th year, and also Pro DJs provided a sound system pro bono, which was excellent there. So it was a great morning. And you know, the service isn't really that long, but then the family members do stick around the monument and mingle, and they'd like to talk to prosecutors and staff, and you know, just take a moment to remember their loved ones. So that was really a beautiful event.
Yeah, I remember when Larry first came up with this idea. It was people just, I don't know. It's, you know, it was a big push that he had to get people on board, and I'm glad that he was successful. It's just unfortunate that we have to add names to this every year. But it also demonstrates to the community that victims have rights, and that the county has a whole department that wants to ensure that if you're a victim of crime, there's somebody, you've got an advocate.
You know, the victims' rights law, you know, it's part of our state constitution as well as state statutes. So, you know, if you're a prosecutor, whether it's a felony crime or a serious misdemeanor, victims have rights if they want to activate them, and we do, you know, reach out to them, get their input on cases for those, especially those types of crimes. So that's important, because before, you know, let's say 1989, 88, you know, victims didn't have those protections, and they tend to get lost in the system. And if you're not someone who's, you know, in the court system week in and week out, you come there as a victim, it can be really a cold and alien place. You don't know what's going on. So the Victims' Rights Unit, it's a safe place to come to the courthouse. You have advocates can go with you, kind of explain the process, because there's usually multiple court dates, can understand what's going on and act as a liaison with you and the assistant prosecutor handling the case, so you kind of have a better understanding of what's happening, as opposed to the past, you're really kind of out in the dark, you don't know what's going on.
You guys have been very active trying to put together information on the drug abuse and we've had a lot of summits and groups of people in the community talking, and Drug Summit 7 is coming up, right?
It is. You know, we've had quarterly meetings of our task force on heroin and prescription drug abuse. You know, our last drug summit was put on by Drug Free Jackson. It was the year before COVID hit. So because of COVID, like a lot of other things, you know, basically, you know, pushed some events back. And so we've had discussions that we're going to hold a drug summit this coming March at the American One Event Center. So really at the initial planning stages of that. So we're excited by that. You know, definitely great progress was made by the task force through a number of different work groups here, but we're really looking forward to kind of getting people back to a drug summit. We have a group discussion and kind of look at what's happening, where we're at, and really calling people back into that effort.
When you're here, you usually have an update on a case or two, and I think you had conclusion of one just this past week.
We did, Bart. Yeah, we had a big jury verdict came in last week, People versus Trayshawn Johnson. It was the shooting that happened outside the Foundry Bar after closing in July of last year, 2021. Ended up with 3 people suffering gunshot wounds, nothing fatal, but still very violent. So the jury came back and convicted him of assault with intent to murder, 3 counts of that, 3 counts of felony firearm, a CCW, and a felon in possession. So we're really pleased with the verdict, really thankful to the jurors for really spending most of the week listening to evidence and then applying the law and making a determination, which is challenging for jurors. Yeah. And I also want to thank the trial team, Assistant Prosecutor Jeremiah Smith, also Detective Mike Klimmer of the City of Jackson Police Department, and from the Sheriff's Department, Detective Sergeant Sam Sukovich. I mean, they did a great job getting the case ready for trial and then preparing it and presenting it. So well done.
That's great. Driving under the influence of marijuana is, of course, illegal, but there's been some issues with the blood testing. Has there been anything moving forward in that?
You know, that's a good question. You know, in the end of August, you know, the prosecutors got a note from the state police communication saying that they had a problem with their when you submit blood that's taken as evidence, let's say it's a drunk driving, and it's marijuana drunk driving is a suspicion, that they had a problem in determining did the test really accurately show THC or is it CBD, you know, CBD oil.
Yeah.
So obviously because of that, you know, we had to really put a hold on using that kind of test results until we find out more of what's going on with it from the crime lab, of what test results are affected, and they were supposed to let individual counties know what cases might be affected. And so far, I have not received anything from the state police indicating what cases we have might be affected. But it may not be as drastic as you think, because normally when the police do, you know, get a search warrant to get blood for testing potential crime, they take 2 vials of blood. So there's always an additional vial of blood, so that they keep that for at least a year, so that we can then go to an independent third party if we need to retest. So I believe that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We just have to know which cases might be impacted by the state police.
Yeah, interesting.
But you could still be guilty of
course,
impaired driving.
You can.
On observation by the officer.
You
right?
can. Yeah, there's a number of different pieces of evidence that, and you look at, of course, you look at bad driving. If there's a traffic stop, the officer has his observations, but he also does what's known as field sobriety test, you know, whether it's walk a straight line or recite the alphabet, recite some numbers, answer questions. So those are all observations which can be used as evidence in a trial if need be.
Yeah.
The other driving issue that I think concerns a lot of people, the using the cell phone while you're driving, and I know there's been a push in Lansing to modify the laws dealing with cell phone use.
Right.
Are we seeing is it a big problem in Jackson County?
Haven't seen, you know, a tremendous number of cases like that, but we have seen cases where you know, suspicion is there's distracted driving going on, And so it can be evidence. But have we seen like a huge spike in those cases? No, we have not.
But we have had deaths.
Yeah, of course, you hear a lot about it after the fact, you know,
Right.
in a tragic case, someone was using their phone or something like that. But
Yeah.
a lot of times it's hard. That's one that's probably hard for officers and to get in front of. I mean, that's a difficult, very difficult.
Yeah, it's like, what was the person doing with their phone? Were they just holding it?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Were they
Yeah.
listening to GPS directions, or were they actually, sending in a resignation letter?
I don't know. Yeah.
Right, so usually you need some other evidence to support your case. You just don't rely on one piece of evidence alone. So
that's why we're not in law enforcement.
Well, you asked Daniel Mahoney about the new jail. What do you think about it?
Well, I as a county elected official, I cannot tell people how to vote on that, but I can say that I'm going to vote to support it. I did take a tour of the jail. I think Andy was in
we were
my
there
tour
together.
group.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad conditions, and the way I look at it is, if it doesn't pass, likelihood there'll be a lawsuit down the road, and the county's going to be ordered to pay probably more than what's on the ballot here this November. I think it's needed. If anyone has any questions, I would invite them to take a tour or get some information from the Sheriff's Department, because the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I think just seeing what conditions we have, I think would persuade many people in the county that would show that we do need help there.
Yeah, I would encourage, if you have an opportunity, definitely take that tour if you can. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks for all you do in Jackson.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Jerry Jarzinka, Jackson County prosecuting attorney on The Morning Show. More after this break.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is empowering both your home and your business. Change is progress, with a modernized grid that can detect outages and restore power within seconds. Change is reliable. We're talking preventing over 35,000 outages last year reliable. And change is enduring, like our dedication to keep your power running, just as it should. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event. Did you know you can custom order a new Ram for less than buying one, and you'll have it in 10 to 12 weeks? Also, have you seen the new Jeep lineup? Lease prices are great this month. Finally, the Extreme buying team would like to purchase your vehicle. Extreme pays top market value. It's easy, safe, and you get paid on the spot. Visit Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson or online at extremedodge.com.
Come along with JTV and Experience Jackson and get to know or reintroduce yourself to some of the best Jackson County has to offer. Join Andy and Rachel as they tour the county, interviewing and highlighting Jackson on a visit with Experience Jackson. Whether it's golf, museums, hotels, or events, we'll give you some great ideas on how to spend time in Jackson. Watch on jtv.tv, YouTube, and Experience Jackson social channels.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
I go because they have the #1 Coney dogs in Michigan.
I go
It's amazing.
It sure was.
Welcome back to the morning show. The COO of Beyond Meat is in jail because, you won't believe this, he was arrested after an altercation in a parking garage and he bit a man's nose.
What?
Yes. Doug Ramsey arrested after a University of Arkansas football game. Someone tried to inch ahead of him, bumped his tire, and then he got out of the car, punched through the other vehicle's back window, threatened to kill the guy, pulled the driver in close and started punching his body, then bit his nose, ripping the flesh on the tip off his nose.
This is why I don't like altercations. Did you
No.
see the guy with the axe in McDonald's the
This
other
guy,
day?
he looks dangerous.
There
I
was a
would never
guy
mess
that
with
was
this guy.
assaulted by 4 kids in McDonald's the other day, and he pulled out an axe and started smashing
Oh,
every
wow.
table.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like.
Memo to Doug Ramsey, human noses aren't vegan.
Ooh. He's a biter. Tomorrow on the show, Zoe Lyons will be here, and Justin and Roberta Dahlenberg. Looking forward to seeing them. And later today on your show, Amy Hawkins, Brady Dillon, and Antonio Parker for the J-High Pinkout game. Marnie Hade from Northwest, Chris Phelps and Carolyn Moser, and Carrie Benham from Dahlem. That's it. We'll see you at 1 o'clock.